if she's going to report me to the police, if that's how she wants to play it, I'll report you right back. And I won't go to the police. I'll go to the Justice League. Note to Jimmy Kimmel, not only would Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband make quick work of you, but Rep. MTG herself would make quick work of you. Kimmel would not last too long if he were interested in engaging in unprovoked, terrible violence against this Congresswoman. Keep wearing a mask. Well, Senator Cruz replied to this. That was not written to him. Bizarre. 535 members of Congress can attend the State of the Union without wearing masks. Still not good enough for Hollywood.
Did you hear about the politician who called 911 on a joke? Yep, you read that right. Marjorie Taylor Greene actually dialed the cops because Jimmy Kimmel hurt her feelings on national TV. But wait, it gets better. When the police showed up, they found MTG in tears, clutching her pearls and a copy of the First Amendment. Talk about a comedy of errors. Stick around to see how Kimmel turned this political tantrum into comedy gold. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine a world where jokes are considered criminal offenses. Sounds absurd, right? Well, buckle up, folks, because we're about to enter the bizarro realm of Marjorie Taylor Greene, where punchlines are apparently more dangerous than actual punches. So our comedy crusader Jimmy Kimmel drops a Will Smith zinger about MTG on his show.
On our show Tuesday night, MTG, Clan Mom as we call her, earlier in the day, called 3 of her fellow Republicans pro-pedophile for supporting Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination. She tweets. After she saw it, she tweeted, ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police. She called the police. After processing the fact that someone called the police on me, believe it or not, this has never happened to me in my life. I tweeted back, I wrote, "Officer, I'd like to report a joke."
Nothing too spicy, just your average late night roast. But MTG's not laughing. In fact, she's reaching for her phone to call 911. Yep, you heard that right. Apparently, in MTG's world, jokes are now classified as deadly weapons. Let's break down MTG's logic for a second. Jokes equal violence, laughter equals assault, and punchlines, well, those are basically brass knuckles wrapped in words. It's like she's playing a game of comedian cops and robbers, but forgot to tell everyone else they were playing. Now, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure comedians are more likely to use words than fists. It's kind of their whole thing, but don't tell MTG that. She might accuse you of using word violence or something equally ridiculous. As the internet held its collective breath, we all wondered, will Kimmel be hauled off in cuffs for first-degree comedy? Will late-night TV become a crime scene? Will we need to start putting trigger warnings on knock-knock jokes?
This afternoon, she wrote, "You weren't joking. You hide your misogyny and your racism behind your jokes on ABC. This was a dog whistle to the violent left to assault me or worse, and you're misspelled you're, of course." Well, that's nice. She thinks I have fans. I guess that's good. But now listen, not only don't I condone death or any kind of threats against anyone, especially since I get dozens of them a week myself, this woman, you may remember, she's the one who endorsed fringe conspiracy theories and repeatedly indicated support for executing prominent Democratic politicians. Now she's dialing 911 because she got made fun of.
But hold on to your funny bones, folks, because the plot twist is even more hilarious than the setup. The police probably laughed harder than Kimmel's studio audience. MTG's attempt to play comedy cop backfired so spectacularly it could have been a skit on Kimmel's show. Kimmel, being the comedy genius couldn't resist poking fun at the situation. He quipped, "I guess we should be grateful she didn't accuse Kimmel of using his late-night sorcery to summon the ghost of George Carlin." I mean, can you imagine? Ghost Carlin would probably have a field day with this whole situation. But here's the kicker. MTG's reaction to Kimmel's joke wasn't just an overreaction. She called it a dog whistle to the violent left to assault me or worse. Now, I'm no dog whisperer, but I'm pretty sure the only thing Kimmel's joke was signaling was laugh here.
Hey, you know, all these crazy people in Congress, all of these low IQ individuals in Congress right now, there's one guy who's responsible for that, and that's Donald Trump.
First, new evidence tonight that we, you, the American people, all of us, we were all lied to.
Frankly, we did win this election.
We were lied to by Joe Biden.
Obama. Amnesty. Amnesty. Obama amnesty.
What kind of president needs a no card to answer a basic and predictable question?
This whole debacle is part of a bigger trend where some politicians seem to have misplaced their funny bones. It's like they're allergic to laughter or something. But here's a pro tip for any public figures out there. Trying to silence comedians is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It only makes the jokes burn brighter. You'd think after the whole police call mess, MTG would take a chill pill, but nope. She's doubling down harder than Trump at a drive-through window. Our favorite congresswoman took to Twitter faster than you can say overreaction, crying about threats of violence. It's like she thinks every joke is a potential WWE SmackDown or something. Meanwhile, the internet was on the edge of its seat. Would Kimmel cave? Would he apologize for his oh-so-dangerous comedy? Fat chance. Instead, Jimmy fired back with a tweet so spicy it could make a ghost pepper sweat. He's not just clapping back, he's starting a full-on comedy crusade.
He's been sending very cleverly coded messages, narrating what he sees, maybe more clearly than anyone, the brazen and unchecked hypocrisy we're being bombarded with every day.
We're going to beat this coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to beat it soundly.
And Biden's lies are so bad that even the Washington Post is calling him out for his lies.
The Washington Post new report out today
Is poorly read from a teleprompter.
They sacrifice every day for the furniture, future.
And today, yet again, he struggled to get words out.
Anonymous, really, Ed.
Suddenly, hashtag joke police started trending, and let me tell you, it wasn't because people were lining up to join MTG's humorless army. Nope. Folks were deputizing themselves as protectors of punchlines. It was like watching a flash mob of comedians pop up all over social media. People were swearing to protect and serve zingers with more enthusiasm than actual cops protect donuts. As the Twitterverse exploded with memes, we were all left wondering, who's really winning this battle of wits? On one side, we've got MTG, armed with her trusty phone and a direct line to 911. On the other, we've got Kimmel, armed with, well, actual wit. But here's the kicker. Turns out you can't arrest comedy, but you sure as heck can cash in on it. Kimmel's ratings shot up faster than MTG's blood pressure during a Democratic convention. The whole brouhaha gave Jimmy more publicity than any ad campaign could dream of. It's like MTG accidentally became Kimmel's unpaid PR agent. Talk about a plot twist. Just when we thought this comedy clash couldn't get any wilder, in walks the big cheese himself, Donald Trump. Now, you'd think Trump would know better than to jump into a comedy fight. I mean, the guy's been the butt of more jokes than a dad at a family barbecue. But nope, he decided to defend MTG and critique Kimmel's comedic chops. It's like watching a tone-deaf karaoke singer judge The Voice. The public reaction to Trump's defense was about as warm as a penguin's tootsie. People were quick to point out the irony of Trump, the world's most joked about ex-president, suddenly becoming a comedy critic. It's like he forgot he's been the inspiration for more late-night monologues than bad hair days. Well, folks, it looks like Kimmel's comedy knockout left MTG seeing stars and calling for backup. But here's the kicker. This whole fiasco isn't just about laughs and likes. It's shining a spotlight on something bigger, the power of satire in our political circus. You see, while MTG was busy dialing 911, the rest of us were getting a crash course in democracy 101. Turns out those zingers and one-liners aren't just for giggles. They're like a secret weapon for keeping the big shots in check. It's like political kryptonite, but funnier. And get this, the comedy cavalry isn't backing down. They're saying satire isn't just important, it's essential. It's like the spinach to our Popeye democracy, helping us flex our free speech muscles. So next time a politician can't take a joke, maybe they should remember, in the land of the free, laughter is our superpower. And Kimmel, well, he's just our caped comedian, saving the day one punchline at a time.